Hi, welcome to Good Enough Painting. Today we're going to be speed painting almost any Space Marine chapter you can think of with Alpha Legion. A caveat there. They're just a little bit different, but I wanted to wrap them up in this video just so I could wrap up, most Space Marine chapters. Alright, let's get to it. So I recently bought Space Marine Adventures, and me and my kid, we've been playing it a lot, and it's an alright game. It's pretty simple, enough to play with a child, And I was like, well, I can make a video for each chapter. That'd be great content, right? Well, it ended up being the same steps for literally all of them, just different colors. And so I just wanted to share that with you in one comprehensive video. I add Alpha Legion today just because it was a request from a commenter, and I couldn't just leave him out because I don't get a lot of commenters. Anyways, all right. So starting out with this paint job for this paint by the numbers kind of thing, I picked an undercoat color. So this is something like what I did with my last video with the World Eaters. I started with a brown undercoat and then layered up using dry brushes with red. And so the same idea applies here for my Space Wolf and Ultramarines. I used a dark purple undercoat. For my Imperial Fist and my Blood Angel, I did a ochre spray all around and then a upside down spray of the dark brown just to get a shadow color and not have to work up to yellow from that brown. This worked out really well. I was hoping to have something a little bit better to show, or a little bit different, better yet, than the World Eaters for the Blood Angel. Unfortunately, it looks the exact same almost. So main takeaway is trying out new things is fun. And then for my Salamander, I used a blue undercoat. I couldn't tell you why I actually did this, and I'm not unhappy with the results, but I think I definitely could have benefited better from a dark green or even a brown. Well, that covers the undercoat process. Now moving on, you pick your army color, so Ultramarines, that royal blue or ultramarine blue, and so on and so forth. And you dry brush on your midtone. For the Space Wolf, for example, I used a midtone dry brush of Shadow Gray and then a highlight dry brush of Fenrisian Gray, which is the basic GW color scheme for Space Wolves anyways. It's just you're adding the bottom layer being the undercoat of purple to hide kind of where the dry brushes can't reach to exactly or perfectly, better yet. And then highlighting up to the main highlight color, and you get a result that's, I think the best way to describe is grimdark. And a whole army of these dudes, and even a unit, and maybe I should put a display unit on and maybe make that my next video. But you get a nice quality finish, what I would consider tabletop standard. And that's what you're looking for in a speed paint, at the very least, And so to follow on, everything past that is just what your army requires. So the trim color of their shoulder pauldrons or the crest of their wings on their chest. It's just dependent on your army. So I'm not gonna bore you with those details. That's dependent on what army you're following up with. So onto the main event. What I consider the main event is the fastest, sloppiest paint job that I thoroughly enjoy, Alpha Legion. So what I start out with is a bright silver metallic undercoat. In my instance, I use silver by Vallejo. Use whatever shiny metal you got. And then what you do is take a green and blue ink, make a mid-tone between the two, so like a teal. And what you try to do is make the blue ink stay towards the bottom of the detail, and then transition up to the green ink using your teal as a mid-tone. I would work on one piece at a time, so one arm, one pauldron. Don't go all over the model with blue, and then because you kind of get a mixture on the model that works well together. And for the details, I like to complement with a red, so red lenses, red bolter casing, and even the, I'll say tunic for lack of a better word, the front crotch cloth I painted red as well. And so trim is pretty easy. I use bulk on metal, and I think that about covers it other than leathers, which use your favorite leather scheme. I like to use Gothor Brown and then highlight with Skag, and it comes out pretty decent. And for washes, I did a dark wash over the entire model. And you have a pretty decent tabletop standard of Legion Space Marine. I hope you liked the video. If you did, you know, the usual stuff. Come back again. I'll have more stuff later. Probably stop speed painting Space Marines because, you know, that can only get you so far. If you have any special requests, feel free to leave them in the comments. I have up next my Soldier of Hell from Blood Rage. I've been putting off Blood Rage for a while. I'm not 100% sure why. I guess I was fishing for views with Warhammer stuff. A commenter had requested more Blood Rage, and so I'm indulged to do it. I'm doing my first ever Zenithal spray on that one. We'll see how it goes. I don't think Zenithal really does much unless you paint like Sam Lens. Alright, you don't have to be perfect. Just good enough. I'll see you next time.